Hello there guys, and today I'm going to show you how to use the 3ds Max for animation, for the 3D animations to be precise. So what is the 3ds Max? 3ds Max is a 3D animation software used for animation. But what is the difference between the Flash and 3ds Max? Well, 3ds Max on a different perspective. 3ds Max is based on its name, a 3D um, animation software, while the Flash is a 2D animation software. Now, what is the difference between the 3ds Max and the After Effects? Well, those two softwares are two different softwares. Alright, so the first one is the Adobe After Effects, um, which is its purpose is to use for special effects and not for animation. Although you can have an animation in the After Effects, but it doesn't contain the tools that the 3ds Max's contents. Now, I'm going to make a tutorial on how to use the Autodesk 3ds Max for making a robotic hand by using a slider and manipulator, which is the basic of robotics.
So after launching the 3ds Max, you should see the default um, the default workspace. So it has 4 views. Now we're going to create the first box. So don't worry about the parameters of the first box because we're going to change it. We're going to change it from 50 of the length, 50 in the width, and then 20 in the height. Now we're going to select it, but we're going to click the shift button while dragging it to copy it. After copying, we set the number of copies to 4 and then click OK to copy 4 of those boxes. Now we're going to change the parameter of the second box. We're going to set the length to 36, the width to 24, and then the height to 11. And then the third box is going to change also. The length 21, width 15, and then the height is 9. And then the last box, length 13, width 10, and the height is 5. Now we're going to change the color of our boxes because it's hard to see in the diagram. So what I'm going to do here is that I am going to make sure that they are equidistant to each other. So they are not that far, they are not that near to each other. Alt W to exit that side, click this side. Now we're going to save it. Click the effect pivot on the right side menu. Now I'm going to change the view. By changing the view, I click the Alt W. Now I'm going to put the pivot on the leftmost side of the box, but not in the main box here, the biggest box. After doing that, we click the select and link, click the last box, and then link it to the third box, and then link the third box to the second box, and then link the second box to the main box. As you can see on the left side, we have linked them all. After that, what we are going to do is to copy them to make it all in the 4 sides. We're going to right click this and then use the base as pivot. Make sure to change the view to local and then rotate. Select and rotate. Make sure to snap it to an angle so that we can snap it to 90 degrees. Just like the same on copying, we click the shift and then move the object to copy. Now we're going to add a slider. Where is the slider found? It is found on the rightmost side. Now we're going to click the animation, go to the reaction manager. After that, what we're going to do is to add the master. It is the green plus sign, and then click on the slider and then go for its value. Now what we're going to do is to select all those three boxes, but excluding the main box, the biggest box in the middle. Now we're going to click the transform and then the rotation to X axis. That means we're going to rotate the X axis of these boxes, and that means when we rotate that X boxes, alright, we go to select and manipulate so that we can manipulate our slider, because without selecting that we can't manipulate this. Now we set it to 100 and then we created this state. Now we select this line and then we can move it. As you can see, the animation, our object is now moving because the manipulators is being moved by the reaction manager. At the 0 state we begin at here. Now at the 100 state we have it because we created this state and then we set the line or the value in this position. This position will tell us where to move our object when we reach the 100. Now we're done, so we're going to add an animation with this. So I add some sliders, but I'm not going to use those sliders. I'm going to use one slider, the slider that we make recently. So the alpha key will give us an automatic frames if we set a key. For example, we set the key here to this, then we click the set key, and then we can see that our animation will move it, and then click the set key. When we go back, we can see that our animation is now moving because we're using an automatic key. That means the Autodesk 3ds Max will automatically make a frame for you. That is what is good in the Autodesk 3ds Max. Now that's it. Now we're going to go to the render setup, and then we're going to change the rendering setup. Of course, we're going to click the active segment from 0 to 100, so that means not just a single frame. So we're going to click the save file, then click and then go and browse where you would like to save your project, but make sure that your file type is right. So we're going to save the file type to .av or an AVI file. Now click the next button and click OK. After that, click the render button and wait for it until it finishes to save. Now let's go and see the output. That's how the animations go, but I'd like to make a different thing, so I add a little bit of an animation to my object. So at the left upper part is the top view, in the right upper part is the front view, and then in the left lower part is the left view, and then the camera view in the right lower part. Now this is the final output of my work using the manipulators and the sliders.